Well, thought seeing as how it's one of the last exam questions we'll do, I'll talk you through what sort of things you need to do well on it. And I've written an example answer as well. So you can use that example answer to do a bit of green pen, but to reflect on your own answer and think, what did I need to do differently? And you can see from this, I've started off with saying, source D could be useful for inquiring into the strengths of the Viet Cong because. So, as I've always tried to teach you to do, you start the answer with a bit of the question in. So it automatically starts focused on the question. And it's because it shows images of Viet Cong soldiers on patrol. It includes information that history tells us is accurate. History tells us one of my favourite phrases to use to get our knowledge into an answer. A source answer. For example, the Viet Cong were willing to use female jungles. They didn't wear uniform, as is clear in the image, and they operated in the jungle. There's a jungle setting behind the soldiers. So I've straight away focused on the question. I've straight away got our knowledge in my question. And then you've got to go to limitations. What are the limitations of this source? Well, it's not showing us about the strength so much. It's showing the sex, their clothes, the weapons. And it's a photograph, and we know photographs are often taken for a specific reason. Now for the next source, I've gone to a new paragraph for another source. It's useful for an inquiry into the strengths of the Viet Cong because it's a general speaking about the strength. And a general's going to be in a position to know how strong the forces are because he's in charge. And here I've stuck in a quote because it's a written source. He says all the people were going to fight the US. Straight into my own knowledge now, that's why I've highlighted it. History tells us that communists were very popular in the poor country Vietnam, and that most Vietnamese wanted rid of the Americans. So again, I've mentioned strength twice in this paragraph, and I've done the reasons why it's useful, and I've used my own knowledge. But what about the limitations? Well, he says all the people, and we know that all the people didn't necessarily want the Americans out, because some Vietnamese fought in the South Vietnamese army, which were on the same side as the Americans. Why might he be doing this? When you look at the provenance, he was talking during the war. So he might be exaggerating, so the Americans are a bit more wary, a bit more fearful of fighting the Viet Cong. Sort of say, look, we're not beaten, we've got all these people fighting for us. Or it might be to make the Vietnamese people the Viet Cong be more motivated and a higher morale. Or maybe even, I've not written it here, but maybe even to convince other Vietnamese people, to join the Viet Cong, because the Viet Cong are so strong and this general seems to think that they're going to win. So there we go, that's why I've set it out as strengths, limitations, own knowledge goes in the strengths bit, provenance discussion goes in the weakness bit or the limitations bit. That's kind of how I do it. Hopefully you can see it here from how I've highlighted it. That's how you should set yours out.